Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode of Broadway Time at Carmine. Today I am joined by the absolutely incredible Beth Leavel. It's currently in Old Friends on Broadway. Beth, how are you today?
I am good. It's nothing like opening a brand new Broadway show and then getting to eat lunch at Carmine's.
Right.
With him.
So is this I'm assuming this isn't your first time here at the Carmine.
It is not. My food is amazing and the company's even better.
Well, thank you. To start off, I think it's very interesting. 40 years ago, you made your Broadway debut.
Please don't say that. Because I'm only 43, so I was really the...
You're very young, starring in 42nd Street. No,
yes,
but you've had quite the career. This is your 15th Broadway show.
I know.
Just talk to me about that. What does this feel like in this moment to have had such a great career?
Well, sometimes I have to pinch myself, because if you had told me at your age, how old are you?
16.
If you had told Beth at 16 that I would be sitting here discussing my 15th Broadway show and having a career that spans over 40 years in New York City on Broadway, I'd say you were absolutely crazy. Because here I am, this, North Carolina girl, didn't grow up with any musical comedy in my life until oh, wait, we're getting a treat.
We're getting a treat.
Wait, you have to, wait, hold on, because food and the beverages are
This is the beloved
look at this.
Frankie Blue Eyes. The audience knows because this is the funny
get
part,
it?
Beth. I get it every time.
Good, well, cheers.
Well, cheers.
So it feels unrealistic, thrilling,
right,
unbelievable, and I'm one of the really lucky people who I can do what my heart's passion kept asking me to do. Hello.
And it doesn't get better than that, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, what was because if you guys don't know, she is currently a part of the cast of Old Friends on Broadway, and I'd like to note this week, congratulations on your Drama League Award nomination.
Thank you,
I mean,
cheers.
so
Woo.
well deserved.
Thank you.
Because you were just magnificent in the show. But what was that introduction to Sondheim for you? Was there a show, a cast recording that really made you say, oh my gosh, this work is magnificent?
And that, from the first time I heard Sweeney Todd when I was in grad school, I was like, I love Hello Dolly, and I love pretty much all musicals.
Right.
But then you listen, and someone kind of deconstructed Sondheim to me. He said, do you hear the internal rhymes and the musicality of it? And it was like I became a student. And sadly for me, I never actually got to work with him, but I'm so glad to be able to do this show, because I feel like I'm going to Sondheim school. But I've done several. I've done Gypsy twice. I've done Into the Woods, and I've done A Little Night Music. So again, to be able to immerse myself in this show and really become so much more passionate about his work, and listening to Bernadette Peters' story, and listen to the people that have, I just throw that in there, and listening to other people who really have had close relationships with him, and understanding how he felt about this song. It's just, I feel like I'm in school again in a really good way.
It's so magnificent, but I want to jump back to your prior Sondheim experiences. I mean, what was it like playing Rose, Mama Rose, at the Muni?
At the Muni.
That theater, if you guys don't know...
It's a very intimate theater with 11,000 seats.
It's huge. What was it like playing Rose? And then what was it like having, that sign Rose come down as you're belting your face off? Just talk me through playing that character.
It was epic. It was epic. And it's outdoors and directed by the brilliant Rob Ruggiero. And Herbie was played by my husband, Adam Heller.
Yes.
So come on. It was one of the greatest theatrical moments of my life. I'd done Rose in grad school, which is completely different, because you don't really understand a person like that when you're 20-something years old.
Right.
But when you're not 20 and a parent and passionate, it felt like a pair of shoes that I had been desperate to put on again.
Yeah.
And to do it at Mike Isaacson's theater. I love the Muni. I'm like a Muni groupie. It was like, anything for me? Anything at all? I was like, no. I was like, ugh. So it was a privilege, and to immerse myself again in Sondheim and the fabulous score. It's just, it was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
I have to imagine. One of the most show-stopping parts of the show for me was when you walked out I was like, okay, Beth's gonna sing something. Let's hear what it is.
Oh, you didn't know what I was going to sing?
I know what you were gonna sing. I didn't preview the playbook. I wanted to be surprised because let me just say, you and that cast are living my dream on that stage. If I could be in a Sondheim show and just sing Sondheim, because that's my job.
Yeah.
You guys don't know, but when I heard the first moments of Ladies Who Lunch start playing, I prepared myself. I physically gasped. You can ask my mom. We were sitting there, and I was like, Beth's gonna sing it. What has it been like making the Ladies Who Lunch, this iconic song sung by so many,
I know.
your own? What has that been like?
I think I've overused this word, but it really is a privilege. It was a little terrifying, but not really. I'd listened to Elaine, I'd listened to Patti LuPone, and I had sung this song in some of my 54 Below and some of my concert work. And people go, oh, how did you decide to do this take? I was like, I didn't really decide. It's just kind of organic. It just happened.
Right.
The choices that you make, but you still try to stay truthful to the lyrics and to what the story of the song is. But I'm not playing Joanne.
Right.
So to be able to have the freedom to just have a relationship with the audience through this song and these lyrics and this story, and to kind of create your own arc, and then the audience really seem to connect to it. I love doing that song every single night. People, I thought I was going to be terrified and worried about the responsibility of singing the song following in their footsteps, but I'm pretty comfortable knowing that I love her and I love her, but I can only do what Beth Leavel finds truthful.
Yeah.
So, and I would never try to imitate those queens. They're amazing.
Yes, and you are quite amazing. Let me
Thank
just
you.
say, I that entire night was a night I'll never forget because I'm just a Sondheim lover. But that particularly was the moment I walked out the show saying, "Man, this guy was incredible, and this cast that they've assembled."
They're
incredible.
so untalented. My cast.
They just found, a bunch of people who say they're singers, can
Right.
perform on Broadway, and you're like, you're gonna do Sondheim.
He makes you work very hard to sing his stuff, and then we make it look effortless because of him,
Yeah.
because of how his crafts. And like learning the lyrics to some of his songs sometimes
Talk to me
takes
about
a
it.
hot minute.
Yeah.
Because they're not predictable, because there's internal rhymes, because it's not A, B, A, B. It's crazy stuff, which is what makes it so wonderful once it gets into your muscles and you can really tell the story. I remember when they told me I was going to sing It's the Little Things.
Right.
I thought, oh, great, a sweet little easy duet with Gavin, and then trying to learn those lyrics because it's I lead, then he leads, then I lead, I change the subject, it's
And so many rhymes.
so many unexpected rhymes. Well,
Right.
that's Sondheim. That's what makes it so fabulous.
Absolutely.
But you have to kind of put on your learning helmet to embrace Sondheim and to learn it and to personalize it. But once it's in there, like Ladies Who Lunch, it's like, oh, I'm empowered by
Right.
it. I'm just empowered by it.
I think the first time I listened to Being Alive, when the company arrival was happening in 2022.
Sorry, I have to take a
heard
bite.
it- No, you're good. I heard it and I loved it, and I was like, this is such a great song. And I don't think it's until now that I've really this song is so deep and there's
Oh
so
my
much
gosh.
going on, and it's not just a beautiful song to sing, because listen, my family knows it's sung in the shower multiple times a week.
Sorry.
Sorry, right?
No,
Sorry,
no,
family behind the scenes. But no, I mean, it just took a lot of time to figure out what it really meant. And then once I knew what it meant, it added a whole new layer onto
Oh
what.
my gosh. Some of my
that song
favorite
is.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Somebody sit in my chair and make me aware of being alive.
Yeah.
I mean, and we do it with it's kind of like the finale of our show. We do it with such a positive outlook on the lyrics of the song, and I feel the audience just like, yes. And then there's these fabulous arrangements that are only done for this show of this song Being Alive, with 16 people singing it. It's cray-cray.
It's cray-cray. All right, let's take a bite, shall we? You guys started in New York in rehearsals for Old Friends, then you guys went to LA and then back to Broadway. What has been the most special memory or moment for you in this journey so far?
Oh gosh, just sit down. There's like so many special. Doing Sondheim. B, singing this song and having the audience appreciate it in the ways that they do. C, being on the stage with this amazing company, including Bernadette Peters and Leah Salonga and some of my new best friends. We share a dressing room. We call it's dressing room 4, and it's me, Kate Jennings Grant, Joanna Riding, and Bonnie Langford,
Oh
and,
my
and
God.
Poppy. And it's I feel like I'm back in college in a really good way, in the dorm room with these wonderful, amazingly
I would just
talented
like to
women.
sit in
Oh, you wouldn't believe it.
and pet Poppy and just listen to the stories.
Sometimes I do a lot of, what does that mean? Because they'll go, do you have your trainers on? I'm like, training pants? It's like, no. It's trainers or sneakers.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, and so sometimes it's just so much fun. I just love those women so very much. That's part of the thing that's been so special. It's my 15th Broadway show.
Yeah.
I've never been in a Sondheim show on Broadway. So to be able to have my 15th show be all about Sondheim and the creative team here and this cast is cheers.
I'll drink to that.
That's my line.
I had to.
I'm glad.
You mentioned this, multi-year career.
Yes.
And 15 years on Broadway. What was that special moment for you that you'll never forget? You have a Tony Award, might I mention,
I do.
for your beautiful performance in The Drowsy Chaperone.
Thank you.
But what was, that special moment for you that was like, wow, this is an incredible life?
I have them every show. I have them every single show because I can't believe there's always another Broadway show, toi toi toi, and that each one is a celebration in its own, and each one is that aha, I can't believe this is my life moment. Moments like The Drowsy Chaperone, where I had been, Drowsy was my 6th Broadway show, so people go, oh, where did you come from? I was like, I've been working on Broadway, I've done a lot.
Right.
So to have that recognition and that Tony Award was a very special moment in my life. Originating shows like the Prom and Bandstand, Elf, things that I'm able to put my DNA over to the point where somebody was showing me a copy of the Elf music, and it said the song, oh no, I'm sorry, this was Prom, and it said, a la level, as a direction how to sing it. It's like,
A la level.
a la level. I was like, what does that mean, loud?
No, it
like,
means...
yeah, hand gestures. But I mean, the moments like that, little moments like that, sitting here with you and telling me what your friend said. It's like I sometimes really have to pinch myself.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest life to have, but I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
Just like you, following your passion, following your heart, following your curiosity. And I'm grateful for every moment, even the ones that weren't easy,
right,
because I learned something from them.
It's fuel.
Oh, my mother of pearls. I just made that up. That's good. Oh, mother of pearls. Keeps you from cursing.
And
holy moly.
Let me tell you, it is.
Is that pistachios in it?
Yes.
The last time I was here was opening night of Some Like It Hot.
Really?
There was a party somewhere, and then a whole group of us, I went with my husband Adam and his pals, went over here, and it was such a celebration.
I love that so much.
So thank you, Carmine's.
Thank you, Carmine's. Carmine, not Carmine, Something Like a Hot was on at the Schubert Theater.
Yeah, right
and
there.
It's crazy how many shows are on 44th, 45th, right here in the middle of Times Square. So yes, you're a mom. What was it like being a mom on Broadway, managing your career and your kids, which I feel like kids are a career in themselves,
I don't think I would have had my career on Broadway if I hadn't had something else to balance my life out. Show business is fantastic, but it's not my whole life.
Right.
So my kids, I was very lucky. My first husband, John, was a stay-at-home dad with them for a while, and that really, really helped. And like I said, my kids and I couldn't have this without this. So as much as complicated as it was, I wouldn't change it for anything. You know, the good news is, no, I'm sorry, the bad news is that on Saturday mornings I wasn't able to go to their soccer games because I had a matinee, but the good news is I wasn't able to go to their soccer games on Saturday morning because I had to go to...
Oh my goodness, you guys can't see it, but my mom is cheering on the sideline.
Those soccer games.
But luckily, guess what? For her, she's not waking up for the Saturday soccer games. She's waking up for my Saturday matinee.
See?
Don't forget that part.
And people go, are your kids into theaters? Like, God, no, not thank God, no. But they love I did 2 years ago, I can't remember because time, I did Beth Leavel Sings Sondheim. Mm-hmm. This is when I started at 54 Below. And my younger son came to see it with his girlfriend and their family. And he hates it when I call him out, but during the show I said, Sam, do you even know who Sondheim is? And he goes, heard of him? I said, well, you're getting ready to have a tutorial.
A tutorial, I know.
On Sondheim.
And our family called them TED Talks with Mom.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. It comes in handy.
Yes. Well, let's crack at this a little bit more, shall we?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for the broccoli. No, kidding. Oh.
Are you ready to take this on?
Are you ready? Hello.
You guys see this thing right here? Well, now it's time for Broadway Time Quick Round, okay? These are rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Everything goes about Broadway. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm not good at these, but go ahead.
Yes. Favorite Broadway show?
I have way too many, but I'd say Dreamgirls and Come From Away.
Yes. Dream role?
Dreamgirls. No, I'm kidding. It hasn't been written yet.
Yes. Funniest moment on stage?
What? Huh?
I'm so surprised. That was really funny. Funniest moment on stage?
Oh, anytime I'm on stage with Brooks Ashmanskas and he cracks me up and we have to stop the show because the entire cast is laughing.
Yes.
And the audience applauded because they enjoyed it as much as we did. And I was literally, there were tears. I was laughing so hard. Such a pro.
That is hilarious.
Oh, it was bad, but good.
Favorite vocal warm-up?
If I did that loud, people like run from Carmine's going, woo! It's like we're on fire!
Exactly. Favorite song to perform in the show?
In this show?
In this show.
Oh my gosh. Ladies at Lunch.
Absolutely. Theater inspiration?
Oh my gosh. Pretty much there's someone in every single show I see that inspires me. But may I harken back to the teachers I had.
I love that.
Yeah.
Dream Broadway co-star?
Oh, please. There's so many. I'd say Brooks Ashmanskas.
Right.
We have the same funny bone.
I love it. Favorite place to relax in New York?
Carmine's.
And then lastly?
Carmine's. That means I could probably eat here. Like,
we didn't make her say that, guys.
I did not.
Personal choice? No. And lastly, best piece of advice you've ever received?
Your singularity is your gift.
That's so special.
Don't be nobody else. Be you.
Be you, a la level.
Keep a la level. I mean, that doesn't mean, oh, I'm good at, I study a lot. I still have room to learn and grow, but your singularity is your gift.
I love that. I want to know more about when you guys laugh so hard. Because let me tell you, my favorite people in this community, some of my favorite people in this community are the cast members of the Prom. Christopher Seaver. I've known him since I was 12, let me tell you.
Really?
Yes, he's a counselor at the Kristen Chenoweth with Broadway Boot Camp.
Yes, of course he
Kristen
is.
is one of my mentors, and so I've been going since I was 12 for many years.
Oh, I heard that's such an amazing place.
It's an amazing place. Brooks Ashmanskas is one of the funniest people in this world.
Ridiculous.
We were at the photo shoot for Smash, and I don't know if you've seen it, but they have some of us journalists on the poster for it.
Oh, that's so cool. Are you on it?
So it's me, Richie Rich, Frank DeLilla, Paul, and Julie James.
Okay, I'll go look again.
And he just kept cracking me up the entire time. I'm sure there's many outtake photos where I'm just in the middle of belly laughing. And then Angie Schroer, who's just a Broadway
just
phenomenon.
Legend, yes.
Yeah, so talk to me about what it was like doing the Prom, those antics, on stage, backstage, everywhere.
Let's put it this way. When the show closed, our sound mixer had made a reel of all of our crack-ups and bloopers during the run.
Yeah.
And the whole cast was in the audience listening to how much we laughed. It was one of the funniest moments, and I think our relationship and how we made each other laugh was so evident in the show, because we just entertained each other so much and just loved each other so much. But some nights it was really hard not to crack up.
Absolutely.
Literally, I would just turn around and the one night that Brooks made us laugh so hard, the show stopped and the audience applauded, because Sieber never cracks. Ever, ever, ever breaks. And one night he flubbed a line, mispronounced it so bad, and he started laughing. And then Brooks made some snarky comment, and that was it. 5 minutes later, we're still trying to get ourselves together to continue the show.
Yes.
But this is why we like live theater.
Right.
That moment happened. People go, how do you do 8 shows a week? Because each show is its own entity. Like that happened, that audience experienced that. That'll never happen again. The audience informs us every show, and it's different, and it just becomes a singular thing every 8 shows a week. So it's never like, 8 shows a week. It's 8 shows a week with this audience. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. It's so special.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, thank you so much for joining me
You're
here
welcome.
at Carmine's Bed. You guys can go catch her right now at Old Friends on Broadway. You get to hear her sing the best Sondheim music there is.
It really is.
This Tony Award winner is just killing it. She just received Drama League nomination for this performance. So thank you so much, Beth.
You're welcome.
This has been another episode of Broadway Time at Carmine's.